Mom, are you there?
What is it, Ivy?
It's finally the day after tomorrow. I'm so nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous.
Yeah, I know. So what?
What time are you planning on arriving at the chapel? You've got your transportation arranged, right? Have you checked the plane tickets too?
I'll try to be there an hour before. Don't worry about it. I've got the plane tickets all taken care of.
Good to hear that. Helen's coming too, right?
She's busy with work, but she's taking paid leaves to attend your wedding. You should thank her for that.
I know. She's my precious sister.
But I never imagined you would get married. Ever since you were a little girl, you've always been the best when it comes to managing the household finance. But you're not pretty or cute. Well, I don't think I should have said that since I'm your mother, but it can't be helped.
No worries. I'm probably the one who thinks about that the most. Helen is prettier and more stylish than me. I've been envious of her since I was little. Well, I can't help it anyway.
I know, but you got married first. Helen is a little shocked. She's mumbling all the time that there's no way her sister's getting married before her. She's been saying that on and on.
Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that. But there's nothing I can do about it. I met my fiancé by chance, and we've been dating seriously since then. We've decided that it's time to get married.
It's your decision, so I think it's fine. Well, I'll be there the day after tomorrow anyway.
Mom, where are you? Is the plane delayed? The ceremony is about to start.
Oh, I'll be a little late, but I'll be there.
What? Are you sure that you're all right? Is it because of the traffic jam that you're late? I'm worried.
Looks like there's been a traffic accident. The traffic jam is so bad. I don't think we're going to make it, so we're going to take the next flight.
You didn't get involved in the accident, did you?
No, I didn't.
That's good. It's my once-in-a-lifetime wedding. I wish you hadn't been late.
I went out of my way to be there for you. Don't be selfish. To be honest, I didn't want to see you in your wedding dress. I wanted to see Helen wearing that. Don't get carried away just because you're getting married before my cute Helen.
Mom, you don't have to talk like that on my wedding day. It's my once-in-a-lifetime big day, so I want you and Dad to be here for me. I didn't expect that you'd be late.
That may be true, but I just don't want to see you in your tight wedding dress. It's not something I look forward to. In fact, it's even embarrassing. Don't forget how we feel about that.
That's terrible. You don't have to say that. I just want you to celebrate my wedding.
I know. We'll try our best to be there as soon as possible. See you later.
Hey, Mom. Where are you? The ceremony is already over and we're moving to the reception hall. What's going on?
Stop being so persistent. I'm sorry, but it seems that we can't go there anymore.
What? Mom, what are you talking about?
Because Helen said that she wants to go on a trip. So I talked it over with your father, and we decided to go. We can't go to your wedding because we're going to Hawaii. Don't get in the way of our fun trip.
Hawaii? You know that today is my wedding, right? And yet, the three of you are going on a trip to Hawaii? The wedding party is about to start. My husband's family and relatives are all present, but none of my family members are present.
Oh, sorry to hear that, because I need to listen to Helen.
What's with Helen?
She said that she doesn't want to see her unattractive sister wearing a wedding dress. Helen also said that we shouldn't go to the wedding. I tried to talk her out of it, but she just wouldn't listen. We don't want Helen to be humiliated, so we had no other choice. She's an honest girl. You'll have to forgive her.
I can't believe this is really happening. There's not a single thing Helen should be embarrassed about. If Helen doesn't want to attend my wedding, I won't force her to do that. But why can't you and Dad be here for me?
Why are you so selfish? You shouldn't act like that since you're a grown-up. How pathetic.
I beg your pardon?
You were always so bad at listening to others since you were little.
Does that matter?
Yes, it does. You shouldn't have gotten married before Helen.
I don't understand.
You don't think that your sister is cute?
That's not the point. Besides, isn't Helen the one who's being selfish, not me? I mean, if she really has common sense, she won't insist on going on a trip on her sister's wedding day. You and Dad are supposed to be blamed too because you always listen to Helen and granted whatever she wishes for.
Why are you asking a silly question? Me and your father listened to her because Helen is prettier and more stylish than you. You're just some sort of bonus. Even if we don't go to the wedding, other people will celebrate with you anyway.
They'll think it's strange that only my parents aren't coming. I wonder what kind of family we are. Anyway, where on earth are you now?
We just arrived in Hawaii and are on the move.
Seriously?
I'm thinking of checking into the hotel first, dropping off the luggage, and then going to the beach. Please don't get in our way. Well then, enjoy the wedding as much as you can.
All of you are really terrible. You really didn't come to my wedding. I didn't expect that you guys really went to Hawaii.
I told you about that, didn't I? I was telling the truth. I've never been to Hawaii before, but it's a really nice place. It's so relaxing. White sandy beaches and blue ocean. You can't see such a view in the city we're living.
Mom, I don't think now is the right time to enjoy your trip. This is really insane. Don't you have anything to say?
Huh? What do you want me to say? Oh, I know. Congratulations on your marriage.
That's not what I meant. You should apologize for not attending the wedding today. It's just too much to bear. I've never heard of an entire family not attending their daughter's wedding.
It doesn't matter. Wherever and whenever we travel is up to us. We're just setting an example. Is there any law that says we have to be at your wedding?
There's no law for that.
I decided to go on vacation with Helen and your father. I didn't do anything wrong.
I'm not saying it's wrong to go on a trip, but you don't have to go on my wedding day. You can go on a trip another day. I can't believe what Helen did to me. If she doesn't want to celebrate my wedding, she didn't have to harass me like this. Helen is being childish.
It's up to us to celebrate or not celebrate your marriage, isn't it? I don't think it's right to force your family to celebrate with you. Besides, I don't like the way you talk about your younger sister. Poor Helen.
Huh? I'm the victim here. Ever since I was little, both you and Dad always put Helen as your top priority. You guys never paid attention to me. You and Dad didn't care about me at all, did you? I knew it, but I'm completely disappointed in all of you today.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. You're right. I know it's wrong to compare you to Helen in the first place. Besides, you're the one who decided to get married on your own.
On my own, huh? Mom, you said that you're happy for me.
Well, I can't stop you from getting married. But me and the rest of the family have the freedom to choose whether we want to celebrate your wedding or not.
That's just a bunch of nonsense. You don't even want to see my husband. What's wrong with our marriage?
I wasn't interested in you in the first place. So why would I be interested in your husband? I'm just glad we didn't have to go through all the hassle of a face-to-face meeting.
That's because our schedules didn't work out, right? I would have arranged that if I could. You could have met up with us at some point. I feel bad for my husband's parents.
What? You make it sound like it's our fault.
I'm just being honest.
Can you stop blaming us? You got married on your own. We don't want a family affair. From now on, we can do whatever we want.
I've had enough. I'll just send the photos and some souvenirs to you. I've already ordered those. See you.
Your package arrived. I don't need the photos, but the souvenirs were great, thank you. They're pretty expensive, aren't they?
Well, it's not that expensive. It's our way of giving back to the people who celebrated the wedding. To be honest, I didn't want to send those to people who didn't even want to attend.
That's not the point. Anyway, what kind of person your husband is? Is he a rich man? I'm curious.
You told me that you're not interested, didn't you? I don't think it's necessary for me to tell you about my husband.
What are you talking about? I'm your mother. I should at least know his occupation.
Why are you telling me this now? He's just an office worker.
Where does he work? Which company?
Well, it's a well-known company. They have branches all over the world.
Really? Well then, can you introduce someone from that company?
What do you mean?
It's for Helen, of course. Seems that she wants to get married soon. I want you to introduce her to a nice guy with a high income.
You must be kidding me. Why should I help Helen find someone to marry?
She's your precious sister, isn't she?
I didn't marry my husband for his money. You can't ask me to do that.
You are the only person I can count on.
My husband and I just met at work. I don't even know his coworkers.
Don't say that. You should be more considerate to your sister. She's almost 28, you know?
So what? For your information, I'm 30 years old. You and Dad have never worried about when I would get married. Helen should get married whenever she wants. I think she should at least find someone to marry by herself.
You're so cold. Helen is getting impatient because you're getting married first. You should be more attentive to your sister's feelings.
Why should I care about her feelings when she doesn't even care about mine? Besides, she has been changing her dating partners rapidly until now. I can't introduce a marriage partner to someone unfaithful like her. I don't think Helen is suited for marriage in the first place.
Helen is not to blame. She just hasn't met the right man. She's a perfect woman, so she doesn't deserve to be together with a low-income guy. I'll give you a bunch of souvenirs from Hawaii later. Just introduce her to one guy. Promise me, okay?
Never. I can't introduce Helen to anyone without feeling bad about it. If you want her to get married, why don't you and Dad search the right guy for Helen?
What a heartless sister. Ever since you were a child, you've been so unkind and obtuse. You've never had a single good thing to be proud of. You got married, so you should at least return the favor to your family.
What a rude thing to say. Don't contact me anymore. I don't care if you cry. Goodbye.
What? What do you mean by goodbye?
Ivy, help me! What happened?
Helen fell for a nasty guy.
Nasty guy? What are you talking about?
It's like he was a swindler. He cheated her out of her money.
No way. How much?
That guy said he was going to be hospitalized, so he needed $30,000, and Helen gave him the money. What should I do?
I can't believe Helen didn't think twice before handing the money. There's no way someone suddenly needs $30,000 for hospital expenses. Most people have insurance for that. Why didn't she ask him more details? I don't know how she could give the guy that much money without even asking the details. Frankly speaking, I'm having a hard time understanding this.
He told her that he was going to get expensive medical care because he found out that he has an incurable disease. That's what he told her. He said he couldn't see her for the time being because he had to go to the hospital far away where there are good doctors. She hasn't heard from him since then.
Isn't that suspicious? She should have known right away. Helen is quite an idiot, isn't she?
Don't talk badly about your sister. Just do something about it. Anyway, what she gave that guy won't be returned, so I need you to help me.
Huh? Why should I do that? It was Helen who was deceived, wasn't it?
That $30,000 is the money I saved for Helen's wedding. Your father doesn't know anything about that. I have to get it back so he won't find out.
I didn't know you had that kind of money saved up. You didn't even give me a penny when I got married.
I'm sorry for that. I just had enough for Helen.
I'm the eldest. Isn't it usually the other way around?
Yes, but...
Because you and Dad spoiled Helen. Isn't that why things ended up like this? Both of you have to reflect on that firmly. Either do something about it yourself or think of another way. It's about money and I can't help you.
Helen's so depressed she won't come out of her room. She's been absent from work for a long time too. I'll pay you back, I promise. So can you just lend me $30,000? I just need to borrow it for a little while.
I can't afford that. $30,000 is such a large sum of money. I just got married and I need to take care of a lot of things. I'm not going to lend you any money in the first place, even if I had the money. Considering everything we've been through, you would understand that, right?
Ivy, it's about the $30,000 I was talking last time. Your father found out. What should I do? He'll get mad at me.
Serves you right. I don't care. I have nothing to do with that matter. You and Dad spoiled Helen. If you talk to him, he'll understand, won't he? You two should talk it out while getting into a big fight.
Don't be so cold. You are the eldest daughter.
Stop saying things that are convenient for you. I thought I was your precious daughter. I wanted you to attend my wedding and see me in my wedding dress, but all of you didn't show up. You were on vacation in Hawaii instead. I don't need such convenient parents.
I apologize for that. When your child is born, I promise I'll come visit you a lot.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm sure I won't be here at that time.
What do you mean you won't be here? You just got married and you're moving out?
Actually, I've been talking to my husband about it for a while now. I'm going with him to Canada in 3 months. He'll be stationed there, so we won't be home for a while. I may not even see you guys anymore.
Oh no, we were so excited about the baby. So you won't even let your mom hold your baby?
Absolutely not. You never cared about me at all anyway. Who do you think you are?
What? Then what should I and your father do when we get old? You're the eldest daughter, right? You should at least take care of us.
Why don't you have your cute second daughter to take care of you both? Maybe she won't get married, so she'll live with you from now on. I never thought I'd be transferred overseas either. I'm glad that I'll be able to keep my distance from my stupid family. It's liberating, so I'm so excited.
What a thing to say to your parents. You shouldn't have said that. I won't allow you to move overseas.
You have no right to do that. I'm not your family anymore now. It's none of your business. You can't stop me. My husband works for an international company. We may have to move to another country after several years.
Then we can visit you there. Anyway, you have to help us. Even Helen might disown me and your father.
There's nothing I can do to help you. This is between you and Dad. Isn't the problem that all three of you couldn't spot the scammer in the first place? Why don't the three of you work together and do something about it?
I'm asking you for help because we can't do that. Why can't you understand? Stop messing around and just transfer the money right away.
I refuse. Why should I transfer the money? It's not the right thing to do. I will never help you guys. Why don't you have Helen do a night job? I don't consider you guys family anymore. Don't ever contact me again.
Wait a minute, Ivy.
Since Helen has been hanging out with the wrong people, it seems that several of her friends were being scammed too. But the scammers were never found, and they couldn't do anything to get their money back. All of this was brought on by Helen herself, so it can't be helped. She may be an attractive sister, but she is a very childish woman. Unfortunately, Helen shouldn't be the only one who should be blamed. It is because she was pampered and spoiled by my parents from the time she was born. Helen has never known how to work hard or be patient. That kind of personality will continue to attract bad luck. On the other hand, I'm moving to Canada as planned. In order to have more comfortable life, I have to make sure everything is well prepared. Actually, I found out I was pregnant right after I came to Canada. Now, my husband and I are looking forward to the day when our family member will increase.
Hey, Mom. It's me. I tried contacting you about introducing Ashley. It's finally this week. Having you bring your partner home feels like a dream. It's amazing how my son, whom I've raised for 30 years, is starting his own family. Hey, just wanted to give you a heads up in advance. Ashley has some serious trauma when it comes to dealing with in-law issues. What do you mean? Her mom and her grandma used to clash a lot, and seeing that made her really scared. She's worried she might end up facing the same tough times as her mom herself. I see. I'm sorry to hear that. To be frank, Ashley isn't really keen on meeting you, Mom. I'm different from Ashley's mom or grandma. She doesn't have to feel any pressure around me. I'm a whole different person. Also, I think it's because we're poor too. What? She said she doesn't want to deal with poor folks because she's afraid she'll get taken advantage of and lose everything. So, she's not really up for mingling with them. What are you talking about? That's the situation. So, Mom, try not to bother her with unnecessary chatter. It just makes her uncomfortable. Really? That doesn't sound right. I just want to know the type of girl you're marrying. I thought a little chat might help with that. Of course, I won't pry into everything. Not prying, just hoping for some small talks. Just, please don't do that. What? You might make her feel uncomfortable. How so? Isn't it normal to want to know about your son's future partner? I'm saying it's unnecessary. Bringing Ashley should be enough, right? We'll just pop in briefly and head out. What? I don't want her to feel some type of way before we get married. This is Ashley. Thank you for welcoming me today. Hi, Ashley. Thank you for texting me. I hope you had a good time. I was a bit worried. Please, take good care of my son. Of course I will. By the way, what's up? We don't have any plans on visiting you after we get married, so... Huh? We're not going to visit you anymore. I'm marrying John, not his family. He said that's fine with him. No way. What about Christmas? New Year's? I want to at least spend that with him and have a good time. Not meeting at all is just not possible, is it?
John is okay with not seeing you. There's no good time in a poor family. Poor? He said that? Yes, he did. After his father passed away when he was little, you worked very hard to raise John, but he said you were always struggling financially. Huh? I don't remember ever making John feel poor. And John always seemed to be lonely, you know. Well, I had to raise him since his father passed away. You were poor, so you had no choice but to work hard, right? Yeah, you gotta work to make a living, don't you? Despite that, we lived comfortably, and he always had everything he wanted. Isn't that just how you see it, though? I don't think so. Thankfully, both my parents have always worked. I've grown up without any trouble since I was a kid. I'm sure my parents will look after John well from now on. So you don't need to worry about anything. Well, that's good, and I'm grateful for that. But I can't rely on them completely. I'm saying it's fine, so it's fine. Ashley? Anyway, I won't be visiting you. I don't think I'll be reaching out either. If you need anything from me, please go through John. What? I don't want to speak with you anymore, so please communicate any matters through John.
Mom, just to let you know, Ashley and I welcome a precious baby boy.
What? That's great news. Congratulations. I didn't know anything about it until now.
I thought, since we won't be seeing each other, I didn't really need to tell you.
What? I won't even get to meet my first grandchild?
I'm okay with you seeing him, but it's all up to Ashley. If she says yes, I'll take him to see you.
If she says yes? I'm his grandmother too, you know. Being his real grandma, I have every right to meet him, don't you think?
Did you forget what Ashley said? She depends on her parents, so Mom doesn't need to do anything. I don't want to do anything without her knowing. Plus, Ashley does not want to expose him to a poor household vibe.
Why do you two keep saying that? I'm still working and making a living.
You can't be too extravagant on a part-time income, can you? It's better to rely on Ashley's parents. That way, we and our kids will have a better life.
Is that how you talk to your own mother? I've had enough. I'll just send the gift to your home instead. Miranda, what's the deal with this gift? I never asked for anything like this. Hi, Ashley. How's your health after giving birth? Congratulations, by the way. It's not really that much, but I wanted you to have something nice. Can you accept it? Why are you sending cash? We're not exactly struggling, you know. I didn't mean it like that. Since we don't see each other often and can't talk much, I wasn't sure what you'd like, so I thought it would be best for you to pick something you want. I know what you're up to. Huh? You're trying to buy my son with money, aren't you? Huh? What do you mean? You thought if you gave me the money, you'd get to see your son, didn't you? Ashley, that's not my intention. I just wanted to give you something for the baby. Why would you think that? You're thinking of making him the heir just because he's a boy, aren't you? I can see through that. But this isn't a joke. My parents would definitely be furious if they found out I was being groomed as the heir of such a poor family. What do you mean by poor family? I think you and John have misunderstood something. Why can't you just accept my gift? It's because you're poor. You've been living your whole life planning things with an agenda, haven't you? Even this time, you thought that if you invested in your son and held on to him, you would never have to worry about money, didn't you? Why would I think that? I'm not struggling financially. Please, just leave us alone. I have no intention of letting my son see you in the future. I'd appreciate it if you could stay away from us. We will build a happy family together without you. We don't need anything from you. Hold on, Ashley. You guys have got it all wrong. Just listen to me, please. No, I don't want to talk to you. I made it clear when we got married. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.
Mom, what have you done? Thanks to you, Ashley is pissed off.
I didn't do anything to offend her. I just gave her a baby gift. How is that bad?
Yes, it is. No one asked you for it. Where did you even get the money?
You know what? You've been saying we're poor for ages, but aren't you misunderstanding something?
No need to play dumb. Ashley was wondering why you'd send money when you're poor, as if it's some kind of insult. Why did you send us cash?
What do you mean? I didn't know what you'd like, so I just wanted you to choose something you'd enjoy.
Mom, are you trying to force us into living together by giving us cash, as if it's some kind of favor?
Huh? Why do you and Ashley only think of things that way?
Living day to day is tough, right? Since Dad passed away, you've been working nonstop. I've been home alone, feeling lonely all the time.
I do feel like I've made you feel lonely in that regard, and I'm sorry. But why does that mean we have to be poor?
You worked hard for low pay, right? You couldn't take breaks because it wouldn't bring in money, so you had to work even if it meant leaving me alone. Growing up in a single-parent home, I always had to make sacrifices.
Huh?
So when I got married, I wanted to build a happy, financially secure home without Mom getting in the way.
What are you talking about?
Ashley was the one who understood my situation like that. She listened to what I've been through. She knows how lonely I was growing up. We've spent our whole life hiding our poverty because you're a single mother. But now, I can live a life where I don't have to worry about money. Both her parents are alive and well, and I know they will continue to support us in the future. I don't want to take care of you when you get older. You're going to spend your last days alone and lonely.
Well, so you really weren't happy growing up? I've always worked hard just to make you happy, but it seems like none of that got through to you. All right. Don't come crying to me later.
Huh?
Did I ever make you feel financially tight? I've always made sure you got what you wanted. Well, except for the fancy stuff.
You didn't get me video games, did you? All my friends were playing it together but me.
That's because you didn't keep your promise, right? You took advantage of me coming home late and just goofed off instead of doing your homework.
Well,
I sent you to a fancy private high school. Let you join all the clubs you wanted, remember? Whenever you wanted to go to cram school, I paid the tuition and let you go to your favorite one. For college, I even sent you to the most prestigious private university around here, known for its high tuition fees. And when you said you wanted to live alone, I rented a brand new apartment with top-notch security, didn't I? So where's the poverty in all of that? What have you had to sacrifice?
You're right.
I've never made you sacrifice anything when it comes to money, have I?
Ashley had me completely brainwashed. But honestly, I've never felt financially deprived. I just remember feeling lonely because I couldn't be with Mom.
You never seem to show much interest in me. Since it seems like you're not aware, let me fill you in. Your father was the owner of a company, but when he passed away, I had no choice but to take over. I had to ensure the welfare of his employees too.
What are you talking about?
I'm the president of the company.
What?
I've never experienced poverty. I'm forever grateful to your father for that. His company allowed me to raise you well. All I had to do was pour my energy into keeping the company thriving.
What?
Because of all the work I've put in, the company's doing way better now. I can live comfortably on my own, and I don't have to stress about when I get old.
You're kidding, right? You were rich?
Your dad always intended for you to step up and run his company when the timing felt right.
Really? I'm going to be the CEO?
That was his wish, but things have changed now.
What do you mean?
You and your wife despise me so much, you completely cut ties after your wedding. Then, out of nowhere, I find out I'm going to be a grandparent. But when I tried to send a gift, you shut me down, saying it's none of my business. You looked down on me and mocked me for not being as well off. And you expect me to hand over your dad's company to you? No way. I won't stand for it.
Wait a minute, Mom. I didn't know anything. That Dad ran a company? That he was the president? That you took over as president? Because I grew up feeling lonely. I always thought we were poor.
Even if you didn't know, I just can't let it slide. People who bully the vulnerable won't get any respect. I'm not letting you inherit this company.
No way. If I become the president, I can surely make sure Ashley and the kids live without worries. Mom, please accept me as your successor.
Being a president isn't as easy as you think. It's not for you. Oh, and by the way, the apartment you're living in belongs to my company.
What?
Our company deals in real estate, so we handle rentals too. Because you said you wanted to live alone, you've been getting away with paying a reduced rent. But starting now, you'll need to pay the full amount.
Are you serious? If the rent goes up, our life will be even harder. Cut us some slack, please.
If you can't afford it, then pack your bags and leave the apartment immediately. There are plenty of cheaper places out there to rent. I'm done looking after you. From now on, you need to live like a responsible adult. Don't count on me for any more help.
Mom, it's my fault. All of this happened because of my misunderstanding. Please forgive me.
That's it. I'm done considering you my son. Go ahead. Live your life however you want. Miranda, it's Ashley. We've realized that our misunderstanding caused a lot of discomfort for you, Mom. I'm really sorry. I sincerely apologize. Oh, Ashley, there's no need to apologize. I'm sure you meant everything you said. No. So, you judge people solely based on their work and financial situation, huh? That's why you look down on me for working hard as a single mom, isn't it? In other words, you saw me as a burden, didn't you? That's not true. You don't have to try hard. As the supposed burden, I won't be seeing you two ever again. Please don't say that. I fully intend to apologize for my mistakes. You don't have to apologize. I have no intention of having anything to do with you guys anymore. So... What? Then what about our child? He's your grandchild. You won't ever let me see him anyway. So what's the point? I said things without knowing you. I'm really sorry. I had no idea that you were the president of the company. I was just scared of family conflicts from my upbringing. That's all it was. Please forgive me. Ashley, I don't know what happened in your family, but I don't think it's fair to label people as poor without even talking to them, and to avoid those who are less fortunate. Yes, I do want to change from now on.
By all means, do so. I think it's important to be considerate of others, no matter what the situation.
I understand. So, would you consider making John the future president?
That's a whole different story. Business is built on trust, you know? Right now, I have zero trust in him.
What?
You know what, Ashley? It's really tough to regain trust once it's lost. At least for now, I've no intention of making John the successor.
Oh no, I believe it's because of me that he started to dislike you. It's my fault. That's why please consider making John the successor.
No matter the reasons, the bottom line is, there's no trust. So I'm definitely not handing over my husband's company to him.
Miranda.
Oh, and I think John mentioned it, but don't forget about the apartment situation too.
Huh?
Decide by the end of this month whether you'll pay the full rent or leave.
Oh no, with his income, there's no way we can afford it.
Then why don't you look for a cheaper place and move out?
It's not that easy to find a place, and it will cost a lot to move.
Stop cherry-picking what suits you. Decide if you're renewing or ending your lease by the end of this month. I'll have the staff follow up, so be prepared for that.
Miranda, please don't take this away from us.
You've only got two options. Discuss it with John and decide. And I don't want anything to do with you two anymore. Don't ever contact me again.
Miranda, please don't say such harsh things.
How dare you? You've been rejecting me all along. Just remember, life doesn't always bend to your will. Goodbye.
Don't you want to see your grandchildren? Miranda, please.
Later on, my son and his wife had to move out of the apartment. It's understandable because they couldn't afford the rent. Well, it was my decision to let them stay there, so maybe I made a mistake in my parenting. Anyway, both of them are now responsible adults, and as parents of one child each. I hope they will approach their future with a good sense of responsibility. It seems Ashley's parents didn't know anything about it. And when they heard the details, they gave their daughter and my son a good scolding. Thanks to that, without any support from their in-laws, they are now quietly living in a cheap, small apartment. I believe it was a good lesson for my son and his wife. It's very unfortunate that I can't see my grandchildren, but I have no intention of helping them at all. I continue to lead busy days as usual. With all that's happened, I'm considering planning a cruise trip for a fresh start. It's been a while since I texted you, but... Emma, do you remember me? Emma, I'm Nash. I know that you used to drink mocha during our dates. It left a strong impression on me. Now that I think about it, that was just a way to show that you were conscious of me, right? You're so cute. I loved you. I've been thinking a lot since you and I broke up. I regret why I didn't talk to you properly at that time. It's very important to have a conversation between couples. If only I had done that properly. Also, if I had been more honest with you, it wouldn't have ended in such a sad way. You think so too, don't you? Emma, please answer me. Please don't just ignore me. I know that it's been 4 years, but how could you have forgotten about me? You still remembered me, don't you? I know about everything. I heard you've been working hard since we broke up. Now you're making $5 billion a year, don't you? I can easily imagine how hard you worked. When we were still together, you just started a business and had no income at all. I never thought that you'd become so successful like this. I'm sorry that I didn't believe in you back then. I thought it would be impossible for a woman to be successful. I know I was young, but I'm a terrible guy. I'm still waiting to hear from you. I really do. Hey Emma, did you check my message? It's already been a week since I had the courage to text you, you know. I think you should give me a reply. Think about how I'm waiting for you every day. It's quite a long waiting period. I've been messaging you every day for the past week. I'm so sad that I haven't heard back from you at all. Are you listening to me? Emma, whatever it is, just reply to me. You work hard to grow the company for me, right? I know that. You did those to get back together with me. For God's sake, Emma, just answer me. I know you've been reading the messages I've been sending you. At least, reply to me, okay? Stop playing around. You can't keep blaming me just because I ignored your plan to start your own company 4 years ago. I know we broke up after that, but why don't we just let bygones be bygones? I know it's all my fault. I'm sincerely sorry, so please, just answer me. If you keep ignoring me, I'm going to your office. I'm going to see you, okay? Do you understand? If you don't want me to come to your office, you better answer me. Give me a break, Emma. How long are you going to make me wait? You can't just ignore me like this. I've been waiting for almost 2 weeks. Isn't that too much? Don't be silly. You need to respect me for my patience. I know you love me, so why can't you be honest with me?
Honestly speaking, I hate you so much.
Huh? Emma? Is it really you?
Of course it's me. You're contacting me too much. I wonder why you can't realize how much I hate you. I haven't responded to a single message you sent me in the past 2 weeks, right?
Huh? You hate me? I can't believe it. There's no way that you hate me.
I hate you. That's it. That's all.
That's impossible. I'm your boyfriend, right? I know how you loved me so much. I still remember.
When was that? You and I broke up 4 years ago. People change their minds after 4 years, don't they?
It's true that we broke up once 4 years ago, but you tried to get back together with me, didn't you? I know that. I know how hard you have been working for me for the past 4 years. I was so happy that I can talk to you again.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't worked hard for you in the past 4 years, and I've never thought about getting back together with you. You misunderstood me.
You don't have to tell such an obvious lie. I know everything you're thinking. I sent you a message before, didn't I? I know everything, including the fact that you've been working hard to run the company in order to get back together with me.
Seriously? I have no idea about what you're talking about. I don't know what to say.
What?
Never mind, it's nothing.
So, about our future, when should we start living together again? You can come to my apartment if you want. There's enough space here.
Huh?
But I bet you're living in a bigger place. Maybe a high-rise or something like that. My apartment is too small to live in. So I'm thinking of moving into your place. You don't mind at all, right?
I'm not gonna allow you to do that. Like I said before, I have no intention of getting back together with you and moving in with you too. What on earth are you talking about? Can you please not go ahead with everything on your own terms?
But I thought it would be better to do it quickly. People say, the sooner the better. I'll turn 30 soon. My mom and dad say it's better to get married as soon as possible. So I'm thinking of moving in with you right away.
Stop blabbering nonsense, will you? I'm not going to marry you, never! You misunderstood everything.
What are you talking about? You grew the company you started for me, so I think it's time for us to get married. 4 years is a long time, you know. If I'd had more faith and listened to you 4 years ago, we could have got married sooner. Sorry about that.
No, you don't have to apologize. I told you that. I have no intention of marrying you.
How long are you going to keep talking like that? I know you're just shy because you haven't talked to me in 4 years. There's no need to be shy, but it's about time you get used to it. We need to move on.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm not trying to get back together with you in the first place. Even today, you're being persistent by sending me messages. I don't want to bother people at the company, so I just answered it. I didn't have a choice.
Hey Emma, are you in a relationship with someone?
Huh? Why are you asking that?
Because I just don't understand.
Which part?
It's just strange that you're acting so cold towards me. Someone must be nearby and watching you reply to me, right? That's why you can't be honest with me, because you're embarrassed, aren't you?
Oh gosh, I really envy your easygoing attitude.
Yeah, I know. I know you still love me, and that you've devoted the last 4 years of your life to expand your work for me. You just can't be honest with me. I'm going to accept everything about you, so don't worry about that.
I don't feel good about this. Will you please stop it? I lost all feelings for you since a long time ago. I'm not gonna get back together with you ever again.
I don't care. You don't have to tell me. You're just being told not to be honest by the person who's standing nearby, right? I'm sure about that.
For your information, I'm alone right now.
What? Then why did you... You love me, don't you?
No. You know why we broke up 4 years ago?
It was because I couldn't honestly support your startup business, and our feelings were different. Am I right?
You're wrong. When I questioned you about why you cheated on me behind my back, you said that it was because you didn't like the fact that I started my own business. It's true that when I started my business, my income was low, but I worked hard so that I'll be able to marry you. But you betrayed me, Nash.
No, I didn't. Calm down, Emma. You got it all wrong.
Anyway, I have nothing more to say to you. Don't contact me again. You're bothering me.
Oh no, wait a minute, Emma. Hey, answer me, please. Emma, can I talk to you for a minute? I have something important to tell you. If you ignore me, you'll regret it.
What do you want? I told you not to contact me again, didn't I? Just don't come barging into my office or anything, okay?
I won't do that. But you know what? I'm getting to the point where I started to miss you so much. So I'm thinking of moving in with you. Can I do that?
What? Absolutely not.
You don't have the right to say no, because I know how much you love me. Just be honest and admit it.
I've told you about that before, haven't I? I don't love you. Can you please stop this? It's so annoying.
Oh, come on. Don't play hard to get. I'm going to move into your house this weekend, so you can look forward to it.
Huh? My house? You're kidding, right?
I'm serious. I think it's a good timing for me. I just couldn't renew the lease on the apartment I was living in. So let's move in together this time and live a happy life. Just the two of us.
Cut it off, will you? Why don't you go to hell alone?
What are you talking about? We're going to be happy together, aren't we?
Suit yourself. I'm not going to be happy with you. I don't even want to see your face.
Don't be so cold. I've been waiting for 4 years. If we don't get together soon, I'll die of loneliness.
Just do whatever you want. I'm not sad or anything.
Not even a little bit? That's a bit harsh, don't you think? I've been waiting for 4 years.
It's because you're just drowning in your own delusions. Listen to me carefully, Nash. I didn't work hard to run this company for you. I didn't wait even a moment for you. My feelings for you cooled off 4 years ago at the time we broke up. You misunderstood me. There is absolutely no way that I would ever get back together with a cheater like you.
No way. How long are you going to keep saying that?
Do you understand me? I don't even love you anymore.
No kidding. Is that all you have to say?
Huh?
You think I'd give up just like that? I'm moving into your house this weekend, just as planned. I'm not gonna give up that easily.
Huh? Did you hear what I just said? It's not about you giving up on me. I told you that I don't love you at all. And you say you're moving into my house, but you don't know where I live, do you?
I know where you live. I told you that. I know everything about you, right? So there's no way that I don't know where you live now.
You're too scary. Well, if you're going to go that far, then why don't you come over if you dare?
Really? Your wish is my command, Emma. I knew you'd eventually accept me after all. I'll move into your house this weekend as planned, but would that be okay?
Be my guest! I can't take any responsibility if you get into trouble anyway.
What's that supposed to mean? Anyway, just wait for me, my love.
Suit yourself and be prepared for the worst.
As long as I can be with you, that's all that matters to me. Thank you for welcoming me.
I didn't welcome you at all.
Don't say that. I'll be looking forward to seeing you this weekend. Emma, I'm here. I've come all the way to your house. The truck will be here soon, so please open the front door. Hey Emma, are you listening to me? I'm here.
Oh, you arrived. By the way, did you see the nameplate?
Nameplate? I didn't see it. What's wrong with it?
Make sure you check it out.
Huh? Your last name is Anderson, right? The nameplate here says Smith.
Yes, of course, because that's not my house.
What? You gotta be kidding me. I asked my friend to follow you. She said, here is your house.
You think I live in that house?
I know that you've been going back to that house every day for the past 2 weeks. You don't have to lie anymore. Hey, open the door. You're in the house, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't live in that house anymore.
What are you talking about? I don't get it.
I was in that house until the day before yesterday, but I was just there temporarily.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by temporarily? I can't understand a word you're saying. Please explain to me. You run a company here in the US, right? You were featured in a magazine saying that your annual income is $5 billion. It's true, isn't it?
That's right. But now I'm expanding my business overseas. The US isn't enough for me anymore. So I decided to go overseas to seek for some sort of inspiration. And just to correct you, it's not my annual income, but annual sales of $5 billion.
That's not what I heard. Why didn't you tell me?
The reason I came back to the US this time is because I had something to do with my company here. I was staying at my sister's house, who is in charge of the US company now.
Your sister? So, you mean this is your sister's house? If her last name has been changed, that means it's her and her husband's house, right?
Well, yes.
Anyway, that's not important. Where in the world do you live? Just tell me and I'll go. I can't wait to live with you. An overseas wedding would be great. Do you live in an exclusive seaside resort? Or at a high-rise in the town center?
I'm already married.
What? What do you mean by that? You're getting married to me, right?
Just 1 year ago, I met my husband. He's been an employee of my company since the beginning. He was devoted to supporting me even when I couldn't do my job because you cheated on me. He's been a great support to me.
Wait a minute. You never told me that you got married. You deceived me. I can't believe you did that.
You didn't ask, so I didn't tell you. I have no obligation to tell you about my private life, but I kept telling you that you were mistaken all this time.
You're a jerk. I can't believe you married another man when you're with me. I didn't think you were that kind of a woman. You're a fraud.
Feel free to hate me, Nash. Anyway, thanks for coming all the way here today to see my brother-in-law.
Huh? What are you talking about? I didn't come to see your brother-in-law. I came here because I thought it was your house.
Really? But I'm sure my brother-in-law appreciates it.
What do you mean?
The reason I broke up with you was because you cheated on me. But in the last 4 years since I left you, you've been sleeping with other people's wives, right? Actually, I know all about it.
Sorry, I don't think I understand what you're trying to say. I didn't do anything like that. Don't say random things.
Don't be ridiculous. I've known for a while that you were having an affair with my sister. I know it's my own sister, but...
Your sister?
I thought you'd remember when you saw the nameplate. You even backed out of paying alimony to my brother-in-law. You're just a complete jerk.
Anderson? Are you talking about Evelyn Anderson? Is that so?
Looks like you finally remembered. You were having an affair with my sister, Evelyn. Evelyn Anderson. She's divorced from her husband now.
No way. I went to all the trouble of stepping over the alimony and ran away. I didn't expect to end up here.
So you finally admit that you ran away from paying the alimony. You can't run away this time.
Oh no, I just remembered something I have to do. I need to go home.
My brother-in-law said he's calling a lawyer. He's watching you from the front door right now. Just to let you know, my brother-in-law is still my business partner.
No kidding.
I hope you have a good time dealing with my brother-in-law. Have fun working like a slave to pay all of your debts. You deserve that. After that, of course, I blocked Nash's number. I left the rest to my brother-in-law. Soon after, his lawyer joined him, and Nash ended up being charged alimony again. It's obvious anyway. Nash has ruined a family with his affair. The alimony was larger than last time because Nash had ignored the deadline and overstepped his bounds. He has no place to live and is now working from morning till night at a factory where he can live and work.
Nicole, you're keeping something from me, aren't you?
What do you mean?
Don't pretend like you know nothing about it.
Honoria, what's wrong? Why did you say such a thing out of the blue?
I heard that you're pregnant. Our values are just too different from each other, and I can't take it anymore. So I want you to get out of my life. Don't you ever show your face again.
Please stop joking. Did you ask Carson about my pregnancy? I wanted to tell you myself.
You don't have to give birth to that baby. Pack up your stuff and leave as soon as possible.
What's the matter with you, Honoria? I've only been married to Carson for 6 months.
I was against it when both of you got married. I didn't want my son to have a wife like you. Because we don't have the same values. It doesn't matter if you've been married for 6 months or a year.
I know you were against our marriage when we met each other for the first time. But your husband was happy. He said that I'm a lovely wife for his son. And now that I'm actually living together with him, I'm enjoying it.
Maybe not for you, but for me, it's a torture. The food you make tastes awful. You can't even clean properly. You're useless as a wife.
Please don't say such horrible things. I'm going to be a mother too. I will work harder from now on.
I won't be able to sleep because the baby will be crying in the middle of the night. If I don't have enough sleep and become unwell, are you going to take responsibility for that? For your information, I hate children.
But you gave birth to Carson, didn't you? I don't think that you hate children.
That's why I only gave birth to Carson. My husband wanted to have more children, but I refused.
But people say that grandchildren are special. I'm sure you'll change your mind and will think that they're adorable.
Huh? You think the baby you're going to give birth to is cute? That's absolutely not true. What are you going to do if they have eyes that look like acorns?
You don't have to worry about that. Acorns or not, I'm sure they'll be cute.
Do you have any idea how stressful it is to live with someone you don't like? You need to think about my circumstances too.
I understand that it must be a little bit stressful when you're living with other people. But as time goes by, I think we can gradually become a happy family.
Stop it. I hate you for being a positive thinker.
Positive thinking is my greatest talent, so it can't be helped.
Listen to me seriously. I don't think I can share your values anymore. You are going to leave this house, okay? As soon as possible.
I don't want to do that. I'm pregnant with a child of my beloved husband. He's the love of my life. Why should I leave? I want to give birth to this baby and live a happy life together as a family.
Well, if you won't listen to me, I won't give you any mercy. Prepare yourself.
What are you going to do to me?
I won't stop my attack on you until you decide to leave.
I'm pregnant, so please be merciful to me.
I refuse.
Honoria, are you serious about what you just told me?
You talk too much, you know that? I'm going to make you regret that you disobeyed me.
I'm Nicole. I'm 27 years old and I'm working as a manicurist. 6 months ago, I got married to Carson, who is the same age as me, and we moved in together at my husband's request. My mother-in-law is a bit cold, but I felt that she is not a bad person. My father-in-law is a very nice man, and I can get along well with him. I was excited to give birth to my baby here, and I thought it would be even more fun. I never imagined that my mother-in-law would say something horrible like that. She only speaks to me when necessary, and I don't know what she's thinking about. But I know that she is not a bad person, so I am very shocked when she was being rude to me. In fact, she was serious and attacked me in every way she could to get rid of me.
I sent all your stuff back to your parents' house.
What? Why did you do that?
When you come home from work, not a single piece of underwear will be there. No makeup, no change of clothes, nothing. So you don't have to go back to this house anymore.
What have you done, Honoria? My parents live in Texas.
Of course I know that. It's too far for you to go and get some things back.
Maybe I can stop the delivery if I call the delivery company now? I'll give it a try. Which delivery company did you use?
I won't tell you.
Honoria, you've gone too far. It's terrible. Just because you don't like me, you didn't have to do that.
Buy the plane ticket for Texas and go back to your parents' house. I told you to get out of this house as soon as possible, didn't I?
I'm pregnant. I'm definitely not leaving.
What? Stop saying the same thing over and over again.
I can buy new clothes, underwear, cosmetics anyway. I have more than enough to live on for now.
I already know you're going to say that.
I won't let you win. I'll fight back for the sake of my baby.
I don't care about that. By the way, how can you fight back if you can't enter the house?
What do you mean?
I changed the locks.
I can't believe you went that far. You've crossed the line.
My husband is staying with a distant relative for a memorial service, and Carson is on a business trip and won't be back for 3 days. No one will help you.
Please, give me new keys.
I'd rather give it to a thief than to you.
Why did you do this to me? Do you hate me that much?
I told you we don't share the same values. Do you like cockroaches?
I've never seen anything like that before when I was little. So when I saw one for the first time, I was impressed.
What about snake?
I don't like snakes.
That's what I mean.
I don't understand.
You don't want to live with a snake every day, do you?
Absolutely not.
Me too.
Are you telling me that I'm a snake?
I feel disgusted whenever I thought about it. To me, you are the same as a snake.
It's shocking that you just said that to me. How rude of you.
Will you get out of here?
I understand.
Don't tell anyone about this. If you dare to tell my husband and son that I kicked you out, I'll haunt you for the rest of your life.
But I have to tell my husband. I can't just leave without telling him.
Just tell him that you don't like him anymore or that you have found another man. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
I don't want to lie.
Oh, really? If your parents' house was on fire or something, you'd be sad too.
Are you threatening me?
Threat? How insulting. It's just a metaphor.
I had no idea that you are such a horrible person. I'm scared of you.
Is that so? I feel better now. Tomorrow I'll have my peaceful days back.
I see.
Don't make a fuss about child support since it might not be Carson's child.
The child will be born and raised safely. I don't need your help with childcare.
Oh, well, that will be great. It's none of my business anymore then.
Thank you for your support until this day.
Hurry up and go away.
Honoria, we need to run away.
Huh?
Anyway, just take your phone and wallet and leave the house as soon as possible.
What is this all of a sudden? I don't get it. Are you telling me that you haven't gone back to your parents' house?
We'll talk about that later. Just hurry up. Do you understand? There's a cab on the corner to your right as you exit the house. Get in it right away.
I don't know what you mean. There's no way I can do that.
You're going to run away from your husband and Carson with me.
What?
I know everything.
Who told you?
Just hurry up. Your husband is coming back.
Okay, wait a minute. I'll get ready soon.
Did you get in? Did they find you? I hope you're okay. You didn't get caught or anything, right? Please reply, Honoria.
I'm fine. I'm inside the cab now.
Thank God.
By the way, where should I go?
Your daughter's house.
What?
Your daughter, Stella's house.
How did you know about her name? I've been keeping her existence as a secret. Tell me, who told you about Stella?
I met her yesterday in front of my house.
Did she come to our house? I told you to stay away from her all that time, didn't I?
I heard everything. I couldn't believe it. She said that she had been beaten up by her own family members just because she wasn't a male heir. That's why you helped her, right?
Yes, I let her go. From the violence of my husband and Carson, she's my precious daughter.
That's what Stella said. She said it was terrible.
My husband could only think of women as nothing more than livestock. Carson, who grew up watching his father's back, thought the same way and used to beat me and my daughter together. It was really bad.
Why didn't you just divorce him?
I had never worked, and I wasn't sure I could survive on the outside world. Even if I left the house with Stella, if my husband and son found me, it would be the end of our life. So I thought I'd at least protect Stella.
That's just too much.
I did my best to protect Stella until she graduated from college. I made her spend as little time at home as possible with her club activities and part-time job. I was the target of my husband and son's abuse, but I was happy since I could protect my daughter.
Honoria, that's too much to bear.
I put on a show with my daughter. The day she graduated from college, I yelled at her to get out and I kicked her out. I pretended to insulate her. By doing that, it's just natural that no one knows where she lives and how to contact her. In fact, I barely kept in touch with her. I was worried about her, but I couldn't let my husband and son find her.
You did the same thing to protect me.
My phone is strictly monitored by my husband. I use the payphone to call Stella.
I can't believe I have to sneak around whenever I want to keep in touch with my own daughter. We are mother and daughter.
Even when I received a call from the wrong number, my husband would suspect that I was cheating on him and beat me up. What would he do to me if they found out about Stella?
It's terrible. I can't forgive him.
To that man, anything was good enough reason for him to get his hands on me. The shower isn't hot enough, the toilet paper was out, and he would kick me every time he has a chance. I was his sandbag to release his stress.
I thought he was a kind man. It's unbelievable.
But then you came along.
Yes.
It was the same with me. My husband was nice to me until the baby is born.
Why is that?
Because he wants a male heir. Besides, women put their children first, so they can't get divorced easily.
Indeed.
If you gave birth to your baby, you'll go through the same suffering. And if my grandchildren suffer from the same thing, just thinking about it makes me feel that I want to faint right away. You are your parents' precious daughter, and I can't let my husband and son hurt you. I had to make sure she managed to run away. That's what I thought.
So it was your true reason. It wasn't because we have different values. You should have been honest with me from the beginning.
Let me ask you this question. Will you believe my story when you saw those two kind men laughing so peacefully every day?
No, it might have been impossible. That's how kind your husband was.
He's amazingly good on the outside. Everyone tells me what a wonderful husband I have. On the outside, I think so too.
What about Carson?
Maybe he's a victim in a way too. But the fact that he and his father verbally abused me and hit me together is unforgivable, even though he's my own son.
You didn't scold him?
If I did that, he would immediately report it to his father and I would just get scolded.
Seriously? I never noticed. I think I'm not a good judge of men.
It's not your fault. He's wearing a perfect mask to hide his true personality, so there's no way that anyone can see through it.
It's too much to bear. I feel sad.
I'm really sorry, but I'm glad it turned out this way. Carson will probably turn on you someday. Before that happens, you should run away from him.
But still, you lied to me to let me run away.
If I told you the truth, you wouldn't have run away alone since you were worried about me, right? That's why I didn't.
I won't leave you behind, Honoria. That's why I'm still trying to get you to leave that house.
I appreciate your kindness, but I'm going back home after I see my daughter. I think my husband and son will go crazy with me gone. Then they might drag you back in too.
What are you talking about? Now that I'm gone, you are their only target.
That's why. As long as I'm their only target, they won't mess with you or my daughter. It's enough for me alone to suffer this.
I won't let you sacrifice yourself for the sake of me and Stella.
I'm used to it. As long as you girls are safe, that's all that matters. I don't plan to live long either. And if I can be of use to someone, I can at least feel that my birth was worthwhile. Anyway, just run away with Stella.
Don't give up on life yet, Honoria.
What?
You are still 60 years old. There are many fun things to come. You can even see your grandchildren. As long as you leave that house, you can find a way to be happy. Let's think about being happy.
Nicole.
Stella is waiting for you. Take your time and talk to her.
Where are you now?
I'm going to get rid of the main villains. I need to talk to you guys.
Where are you, Nicole? I've been searching for you since yesterday. You went out without telling us. We were worried sick about you. That's right. We called you many times. We even searched the whole neighborhood. You should at least call us.
Silence.
What did you say? Do you have any idea whom you are talking to? That's right. You shouldn't be rude to Dad. What's with you all of a sudden?
I told you to shut up, villains. Both of you use violence against women to take control of them.
What do you mean?
I know everything. I can't forgive you people.
Don't tell me it's my mother. Did she tell you everything?
I don't know.
It's got to be that old hag. She let Nicole go, just like she let Stella go. She's always doing things she doesn't need to. What a stupid old hag. Looks like she hides our toys again.
Huh? Toys? What do you mean?
I was going to take good care of you until you gave birth to a male heir. But that won't be necessary anymore.
I'm not giving birth to your male heir.
That baby is mine. Give the baby to me after you give birth. I won't let you have the baby.
I won't let a psycho like you raise my child. Never. The child will be unhappy.
If it's a boy, I'll definitely risk my life to get the baby back. He's our male heir, you know.
But first, both of you are going to jail.
What? Are you crazy? Don't make me laugh. You got any proof? I check my wife's phone all the time. There's no videos or pictures. Too bad.
I have a medical certificate and a testimony.
Testimony? Whose testimony? You didn't see what happened. Don't be so sure.
It's your neighbors and your daughter Stella. You can't run away anymore.
Stella? You know where she is?
Even if I knew where she is, I won't tell you.
Dad, it's bad enough for us if Stella is involved. Two of them and two of us. You and I have higher social reputations than they do, son. Don't worry about it.
Huh?
Oh, I see. You're right. That's my dad. Do you understand, Nicole? No matter what you do, it's useless.
Don't be silly. Are you guys blind?
What?
I wrote neighbors, didn't I? Don't you know what that means?
The neighbors heard someone screaming from our house and that's about it.
You know that there's a reclusive shut-in living next door, right?
I think his name is Martin or something. He's an overweight guy whose age is over 40 years old.
He was a die-hard fan of Stella.
Seriously?
Anyway, let's put his perversity aside for a moment and get back to the main point. He was snooping around that house all the time until Stella entered college.
No way.
Every time I hung the laundry out, he'd look at me, and that's quite creepy. But when I asked him if he'd seen anything fishy in the house, he told me everything. I guess he felt guilty about stalking Stella.
Who's going to believe something from a shut-in like that?
If it's a testimony, maybe, but he has solid proof. Instead of reporting him to the police for stalking, we were able to get a large amount of videos from him. It's more solid evidence than anything else.
You're lying.
It's not just Stella. There were many videos of Honoria being beaten. You guys are really terrible. Do you know what you've done?
Dad, I think this is bad. Carson, calm down.
You guys are toast.
How much should we pay you?
Huh?
You want money, right? I'll buy those videos from you.
Do you think I'm a materialistic woman? I don't need your money.
Don't act tough. I know that all you want is money.
Don't think you can just run away after making your wife and daughter suffer.
I fed them for free. How can they be suffering?
They should be thanking me.
I don't know where you are in the social hierarchy. I'm going to drag you down from there, so be prepared. I can't let you villains get away with this.
You aren't capable of doing that. Just obey us and give birth to a male heir.
What if the baby is a female?
We only need a male heir.
I'm sorry, it's a baby girl.
Really? No kidding.
So you don't want the baby, right? You just said that you only need a male heir, didn't you?
I thought it was a baby boy.
Too bad, it's a baby girl.
That's enough. Ditch that woman and find another wife, Carson. Yes, I will, Dad.
I won't let you do that. You two are going to be on the top page of morning newspaper as the devil father and son in spectacular fashion. Prepare yourselves.
Don't report us to the police. That's right. Listen to your husband, stupid wife. Hurry up and give us that video. Apologize now and I'll let you off the hook.
You're the one who should apologize. Well, I don't think apologizing is enough anyway.
Hey Dad, shouldn't we just apologize and get the videos? We'll be in trouble if we don't do that. Idiot. A gentleman does not apologize easily.
Well, I need to take Honoria to the hospital, get a medical report, and then report to the police. I'm going to be busy.
As for Stella's case, the statute of limitations has long expired. It's been 10 years since she left.
You're wrong. It's only been 9 years. You can't even remember the day your daughter disappeared, can you? That's just unbelievable.
Well,
As for Honoria, her wounds and bruises are fresh, so you guys are totally toast. I have plenty of evidence.
hey, you stupid wife, stop it. You'll regret it in the end if you dare to report us to the police. Dad, don't be hard on her. Let's just apologize. No, my pride won't let me. You don't want to get caught, do you? I'm not gonna get caught.
Yeah, whatever. I'll make sure that both of you get arrested. Police arrested both Carson and Jasper for domestic violence. When the police came to the house, Jasper was shouting like crazy. He was still being proud of himself even under such circumstances. I laughed when the shut-in neighbor shouted back, telling him that Jasper was just a section chief at a small company. Martin, you did a great job. Stella has decided not to charge Martin for stalking her in the past, so there was no blame to be placed on him. I made Martin write a written pledge not to do the same thing again to Stella. My mother-in-law and I have asked for a lawyer and are proceeding with the divorces. Honoria, who's now completely free from her husband and son, has decided to fight and will testify in court. It's a natural thing to do. May the pain she endured for nearly 30 years be repaid. Now, Honoria and Stella are living together. I asked my parents to send my stuff back to me, and now I'm living near Honoria and Stella. They are reassuring me that they will take care of me after the baby is born. By the way, it was a baby boy. Carson and Jasper are going to be so disappointed. I'll never let them see him anyway.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!